Welcome back to the Cubby tent. Are you guys ready to rescue Mr. Brown Mouse? Me too.
Megan and I trusted the green snake and we have everything ready. A McDonald's Happy Meal.
Specifically in a box.
With the addition of an apple made to look like fries.
How do you think they look? Do you think they will fool the monster? Do you think they will give him a tummy ache? Oh,
I love apples actually. I'm glad they don't give me a tummy ache. Last but not least, we are working on writing a note on the side of the box to Mr. Brown Mouse.
What should we say?
We should tell him that we're here to rescue him and that when the monster gets a tummy ache, he can find us. Where will he find us? And what will we do after?
That's a good point. We know how to get the mouse out, but how do we get the food to the monster without being seen? Then where do we hide? And what if the monster comes after us? Where do we run? I have so many questions.
Well, it looks like Charles and Pineapple have questions too.
Charles, what's your question? He asked if he can have the chips if we aren't giving them to the monster.
Not really an important question at the moment. I'm sure we can talk about that later. What about your question, Pineapple? He was wondering if the Israelites got out of Egypt.
Again, not really an important question at the moment. I'm sure we can talk about that later.
Actually, maybe it will give us some ideas. It will certainly give me some encouragement if we hear how God saved the Israelites.
Sounds like a great plan. Why don't we all get our Bibles and get ready to hear today's Bible story? It's a story of salvation as God saves the Israelites from the Egyptians. Did you guys get your Bibles? Great. Let's begin our story together. There's a lot that's happened, and I was wondering if you and Meg could help me with some hand motions as we go.
That sounds like fun.
We've been learning about how God's big family.
Can you make your arms really big to show God's big family, the Israelites?
In Exodus, we read that a mean king made God's big family work very hard.
They had to make and build all day with bricks. Can you make bricks with me like this?
So God chose a baby called Moses to rescue his people.
Can you rock baby Moses in your arms like this?
God spoke to Moses from a burning bush to send him to save his people.
Ooh, I would be amazed to see that. Can you make an amazed face with me?
But when Moses spoke to him, the mean king said, "No, I won't let your people go."
Can you make a mean face? Shake your head no.
God showed the king that he is powerful and in control.
By sending plagues, jumpy frogs, annoying flies, hail falling from the sky. There was also darkness. People were covered with ouchy sores. And finally, the firstborn children died, which was really sad.
But God showed his people that he loved them by allowing a lamb to die instead of their child.
Then what happened next?
Well, finally, the king had had enough. He told Moses to take God's people and leave Egypt. So Moses left with all God's people. God showed his people where to go by having a fiery cloud before them.
That would have been amazing to see. Could you imagine a big cloud burning like fire? And it would always be great to know you're going the right way if you're following God.
God's people traveled through the desert until they came to a sea.
Oh no! Why would he lead them to the sea? How did they cross the sea?
Well, then God's people noticed that the king had changed his mind. He didn't want to lose his slaves. He decided to chase God's people down to bring them back to Egypt.
Wait, what? The mean king and his army came running after the Israelites. What's going to happen? God's people were stuck between the sea and the mean king's army.
Yes, but God saved his people again. Moses lifted up his arms, and the water in the sea stood up on either side. God led his people safely through the sea.
Actually, I do remember this part of the story. When the Egyptians tried to follow God's people, God stopped them and protected his people.
This story reminds me of how God has saved us. As we know, God sent Jesus to die on the cross. Then Jesus rose again. Jesus did that so we can follow him. Just like God led his people out of Egypt, so we can follow God by living like Jesus.
This story also reminds me of a song I know.
I was hoping it would. Is it a song called Pharaoh, Pharaoh?
It sure is. Did you know that the mean king was called Pharaoh? Let's get ready for music time with Meg, and we can sing a song about him. Music time with Meg, everyone. Let's sing about Pharaoh. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, a burning bush told me just the other day that I should come over here and say, got to get God's people out of Pharaoh's hand and lead them all to the promised land. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, all of God's people came to the Red Sea with Pharaoh's army coming after me. I raised my rod, stuck it in the sand, and all of God's people walked across dry land. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, Pharaoh's army, they were coming too. So do you know what I would do? I raised my rod and I cleared my throat, and all of the Pharaoh's army did a dead man's float. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, whoa, baby, let my people go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good singing, everyone. Great actions.
Thanks for singing for us.
No problem. I love to sing about the Bible. That song did make me think of a question. What are the Israelites going to do next? Is that just the end of the book of Exodus?
No, the story continues. They get to learn what it's like to live with God, and they get to know him, they learn how to worship him, and how to trust him.
That will be exciting to learn about.
I'm sure it will, but first we should figure out how to rescue the brown mouse.
Actually, the story did give me an idea. We should gather together a big bunch of sticks and firewood.
I think the monster would see a fire.
Yeah, but first we will hide behind it, like it's a dead bush. Then when the mouse comes out, we can light the fire so the monster can't see us past the smoke. Then we can run to the boat and sail back to the Cubby house.
That sounds like a good idea. Let's get ready and we'll meet you by our fake bush when we are ready to save the mouse. Okay, we are ready. We have our McDonald's Happy Meal in this box, and we are going to push it over to the opening of the cave.
The note says for the mouse to jump into the box once the monster gets a sore tummy, and then we'll pull him to safety.
Then we will set fire. Actually, Meg, won't that start a bushfire?
No, I actually rigged it up so it looks like a fire, but it's really just a fake fire and smoke.
Oh wow, you have thought of everything.
Yep, we have our map to help us to know where to go.
Like that pillar of fire God was in when he led the Israelites out of Egypt.
And smoke behind us.
Oh, God made himself a pillar of smoke to block the Egyptians from catching up with the Israelites.
Then a boat to get across the sea.
Not quite as amazing as God parting the sea so the Israelites could cross on dry land, but it will work with saving our mouse today.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Well, it was great having you here with us today. We hope as you remember how we saved the brown mouse today, that we remember how God saved the Israelites.
And how God saved me and you through Jesus.
Once we run away from the monster, you might want to head back home, but we'll see you here next week back in the Cubby house.
We'll get to know the brown mouse better and learn about the Israelites getting to know God better.
See you then, and try to be really quiet while we rescue the mouse now.
And run home when we say, run! Okay, we're gonna push it over now. It's working. There's the monster. Oh. Box. Fries. I hope the mouse comes. Let's run!
In the Cubby house, it's time for